Hello everyone, I'm Ashley Holland. I just wanted to say thank you for still giving us the opportunity to present for SLAM. I'll be presenting on Does Race Matter in Police Fatal Shootings? Here in the United States, crime is closely monitored by federal agencies. For instance, the fatal shootings by police officers or any other law enforcement agencies. Until recently, the Federal Bureau of Investigation did not have complete records of police fatal shootings because many of the agencies did not report them, and now it is required to do so. Police officers that handle more crime and criminals that aren't the same race as the officer, it makes things a little more difficult, especially when an officer shoots and or kills an African American, Hispanic, or Caucasian, or any other ethnicity. And unfortunately, it does cost citizens their lives in these situations. And it's costing taxpayers millions due to the lawsuits that take place from these shootings. Fatal shootings by police officers based on the race of a person. As you can see, yes, whites are the most fatally shot by police, but that's because the white race does make up for most of the population in the United States, as where African Americans do not. So are there more fatal shootings by police officers of color than of whites? Well, more than likely, when you're an officer and end up involved in a fatal shooting, you are actually more likely to shoot another person of your ethnicity than of a different ethnicity or race. And Rutgers University found that white officers are no more likely to use lethal force against minorities than a non-white officer. Why this question, you might ask? If you live in a community that has a lot of black people committing crimes, black people are more likely to be shot? Well, based on the research I have read, black citizens are more likely to have been shot by black officers because the black officers are drawn out of the same population that they police. With the more black citizens there are in a community, the more black officers there usually are. And more than likely, you will be shot by another black citizen than by an officer in these communities. Shootings caught on cameras. The fatal shootings caught on camera now are quite difficult to explain because the people that are watching the videos that got posted on social media or got sent into the news never see the entire video. And they never really see what caused the officer to draw his weapon. Yes, we do have some officers that are trigger happy, but we shouldn't base the entire situation that happened off at a clip of a video of only of an officer firing his weapon and not seeing the whole situation. That would definitely help us better understand some of these fatal shootings if we were able to see the entire scenario. Yes, officers do wear body cams, but sometimes with how they are positioned in their shooting positions, you can see from this picture right here, it's kind of partially blocked, but not really, but it makes things a little complicated. And some agencies don't have the money to fund every officer with a body cam. So if we could make that happen, that would make these shootings a little bit more understandable of why it happened. Women officers and race and police fatal shootings. When it comes to female officers, it seems to be a better idea to have them in the force because when it comes to using lethal force and fatally shooting someone, women actually have a better history and better percentage of being able to defuse the situation compared to male officers. Female officers like to help folks more than controlling the folks in a situation. How can we implement how female officers handle fatal situations versus how male officers handle it? Well, we need to be able to hire more females as law enforcement personnel, have the females more in leadership roles to help with how one approaches someone. The tone of one's voice, the body language, all needs to be considered. These are the reasons why we need to encourage more females to be in law enforcement. It's not all about the physicality and the size of the person. It's really how you're able, your people skills, how you're able to handle it. So does race matter in police fatal shootings? Based on the research that I have read, the race of an officer and the race of a criminal does not matter in police fatal shootings. You are more likely to shoot someone of your own ethnicity than of another ethnicity. And I just want to say thank you again to everyone for listening to my presentation, and thank you to the SLAM committee, and a huge thank you to Dr. Sims for being my mentor through this.